Welcome back to AEM Insider. Last video, we generated a full AEM project with Maven Architect. We deployed it, we verified it. Today, we are going to create our first AEM component, a card component. By the end of this video, you will have a working authorable style component on a real page. And you will understand exactly what AEM does behind the scenes when an author hits save. You need AEM running locally. Let's go. Open localhost 4502 CRX/DE. This is the developer window into the repository. Remember from video 1, everything in AEM lives in JCR, the Java Content Repository. And I mean everything. Pages, components, configurations, images, all are stored as nodes in JCR repository. A node is like a folder that can also hold data. A property is a name and value on that node. That's the entire data model. Once this clicks, AEM stops being magic. Let me show you around. This is CRXDE. On the left, the content tree. Every node in the repository. Click any node. Down here, properties, name types, values. And this tool is not a read-only. You can create nodes, edit properties, even write files, which is exactly what we are about to do. You can see here you can create node, you can delete node, you can copy a node, you can move a node, which is exactly what we are about to do. Before we build, we need to know the three top level folders that matter. /apps, your code, components, client libraries will be present inside apps folder. In our code base, this comes from the UI.apps module. When we deployed in video 3, Maven pushed it here. /content, the actual website, pages, assets, author data will be present inside /content. In the code base, UI.content, /conf, configurations, and most importantly, editable templates live here. Also deployed from UI.content. One more you will see /libs. That's Adobe's own code. Rule number 1 of AEM. Never modify /libs. Look, learn, don't touch. Let's go to our CRXDE and let me open my IntelliJ. On the left hand side, you can see my IntelliJ IDE. On the right hand side, this is my CRXDE. When I go to apps, our project, inside AEM Insider, you will see client libs, components, and IITN folder. Similarly, this is coming from UI apps module. When I open UI apps, you will see similar kind of structure. Inside apps, AEM Insider, you will see folders called client libs, components, and I18N. And this OSJ config folder is coming from UI config node. See, here apps, AEM Insider, and OSJ config. Now there is one more folder, content. This content folder is coming from UI content node. You notice inside content you have AEM Insider. Inside that you will have your US and EN pages. Similarly, inside AEM Insider you will see US and EN. This is the initial content that we get it from our multi-module project. If any new page that created in AEM will stay in AEM. It will not come from your UI content. And there is one more folder, conf. This is also comes from your UI content module. Inside conf folder, you will have AEM Insider and your settings. Here you will have all your templates. The same structure will be available inside UI content folder as well. UI conf, AEM Insider, settings, and your templates will be present here. There are two ways to create a component. Directly in CRXDE or in your code. If you create it in code, you need a deployment before it show up in CRXDE. If you create it in CRXDE, it live instantly. No deployment needed. That's easy way and that's today's way. But one warning, if you build a component in CRXDE and then run a deployment, your work gets overwritten by the code. It's gone. So before any deployment, you export it to your code first. I will show you exactly how at the end of the video. Here is exactly what we are creating. A node called card of type CQ component inside apps AEM insider components path and two properties, JCR title and component group. JCR title is the name that author see and component group will be used grouping your components. And inside your card node, I am going to create one more file called code.html. This is where your HTML code will be available. Let's create it in CRXDE. Go inside apps, AEM Insider components, right click, create node. Your node type will be CQ colon component. This means this node is going to be your component and name as card. After every change in CRXDE, you have to click Save All button. Then only your changes will be stored. Now I am going to add two properties, JCR colon title and its value going to be cart and component group. Just click enter and you can add it here also. AEM insider site icon content and then click save button. Now let's create a file called card.html. This file name should always match with your component node name. Here my component node name is card and the file name should be card.html. Let me add a h1 tag and this is my first component and close it. You can either click save all button or you can press Ctrl S. For now, just a heading. We will make it real in minute. That's it. Our component exists. AEM already knows about it. To allow authors to put content into the component, we need to create a dialog. Authors does not use CRXDE. Authors need a form in AEM. That form is a node called CQ colon dialog. Inside now, real practitioner move. We don't write dialog from scratch. Nobody does. We copy a working one and adapt it. The archetype gave us a hello world component. It has simple dialog with one text field, perfect donor. Let's go to CRXDE and search for hello world component and copy the dialog, paste it inside your component. Now rename these properties. This is your card component dialog and open the dialog, click content, items, column, items, text. This is the text field. Here I am going to update it to title and my name will be /title. This name property is used for storing your data in JCR repository. Click Save All. Now rename this to title. Click Save All. Now copy this node and paste it inside items and rename it to description. Now I am going to change field label, also my name, description, and change this sling resource type to text area and click Save All. Now let's go to Sites console. Localhost 4502, go to Sites EM insider, US, EN. Inside EN, I am going to create a page. Select content page template. Next, my page title will be first component. Click create and open. This is your new page. Now let's add our component here. Click plus and my component is card component. Now you can see whatever H1 I have added here, that is showing here. If you click and open the dialog, you will see the dialog fields that I have added here. One is title, another one is description. Let's add some title and description. Component title and this is my first component description and click done. Now you have authored your component, but this is not showing up. To make it show up in your page, we need to update our card.html file. Now make card.html actually use those values. This is HTML, HTML template language. It looks like plain HTML because it is mostly is. The magic is the dollar sign and curly braces. Dollar brace properties.title. That expression reads the property called title from the content node. See the contract. The dialog says dot/title HTML read properties dot title. Same name on both sides. That's the whole connection. No code in between. Let's copy this code and paste it in CRXDE. And save it. Now, when I refresh my page, I will be able to see the title and description that I have authored. If I open the dialog and if I update it to title 1 and description 1, you will see that. One important thing here. In order to show your component in page editor, we need following things. One component node, card.html and CQ::dialog and a policy. Modern AEM pages are built on editable templates. They live in /conf and every template has policy. A policy on the layout container says exactly which component group are allowed inside. Think of the template as a bouncer and your component is standing outside. The policy is the guest list. Our group AEM Insider site content need to be on that list. Good news, the archetype default template already allows our group. That's why we are seeing our component in the page editor. If there is any new component group, we need to allow that component group in the template policies. We are going to learn about editable templates in coming sessions. As of now, remember that your component should be present inside template policy. Then only you will be able to author your component. Now, let's try to understand what is happening behind the scenes. You have first opened the dialog and you have entered title and description and you clicked save button. When you click save button, whatever value you have authored will be stored in JCI repository in the form of properties. So you have used title for title field and description name for description field. In the HTML, you have used properties.title to render the saved data. Let's go to CRXDE. When you refresh your EN page, you will see our first component page. Inside that, you will see our components. This is our card component. When you notice here, these are all properties present for our card component. It has sling resource type. This is where our component is present, AEM Insider, components and card. Then you will have two more properties, title and description. Inside title, the title that content author authored, and this is the description that author is authored. And when you use properties.title, it will try to fetch title property from the JCR repository. Similarly, description, it will try to fetch description property from the JCR repository. Let's make our component look like a card. Currently, it displays a title and a description. Let's add some styles. Copy these styles and paste it inside your component. When you refresh your page, you will see your card component with style. The thing is, this is not the ideal way to add styles to your component. There is something called client lists. I am going to cover client lists in some other session. As of now, remember that you can add styles through your card.html file also. One last thing before we close, and it's important. Remember the warning from the beginning. We built this component live in CRXDE. The next deployment would wipe it out. So let's export it to a code base. The tool for that is the one you already know, Package Manager. We used it in video 3 to verify deployment. Today we use it to create a package. Go to CRXDE, click on this icon. It will take you to Package Manager. And then click Create Package, package name, any name you can give, card component, click OK, click Edit, Filters, Add Filters. Here you need to select your new component, Apps, AEM Insider, Components, and Card. Click OK and click Done and click Save and click on Build. This will create your package. Now download it. Go to Downloads, unzip, open the unzipped folder, go inside Apps, AEM Insider, Components, and this is your card component. Copy this, go to your IDE and paste it inside UI apps, SRC, JCR root, components, and place it here. Just Control V. There you go. This is your component. Now when you open, you will see your card.html and your properties like JCR title and component group, and this is your dialog. Inside dialog you can see your title and description. Next time when you do the deployment, your card component will be there. It will not get wiped out. Let's recap what we actually learned today. One, CRXDE Lite is your window into the repository. Everything is nodes and properties. 2, /apps where your code will be available. /content where your content is actually present. /conf where your configuration and templates will be available. And third one is component. We have created our first component and we have created our first component dialog. And then we learn about template policy and we learn what is happening behind the scene when we author the data in the component dialog and when we see the component in the page. That's your first component built by hand, authored on real page, and you know exactly what AEM did at every step. Next video, dialogues. Today we copied one and changed to 2 fields. Next time we master them. Every field type authors actually need drop-downs, checkboxes, path pickers, rich text, organizing fields into tabs, and variations. If this series is helping you, subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel. The write-up and code from today are on my Substack link below. See you in the next one.